Hello, my name is Anna Jones and I hope you're having a great time and getting lots of inspiration from the Power of Arts online festival. I'm going to be talking to you today about Arts Award, which is a series of national qualifications for children and young people. And I'm coming to you on behalf of Artswork, who form part of the Arts Award Leadership Network here in the South East. And they also are an organisation that can support lots of organisations, arts, culture and heritage organisations and schools, college and young people's settings with not only their Arts Award journey, but also a whole host of other things in relation to children and young people. So, as I say, my name is Anna. I'm going to give you a whistle-stop tour today through Arts Award as a qualification. And I'm also going to give you a little taste of how Arts Award has been applied in the settings that I've been working in. I live and I'm based in Slough and work with a whole range of different children and young people. And I've particularly worked with Slough Libraries and The Curve to be able to deliver Arts Award. So I'll give you a little bit of a flavour, hopefully, of how that's worked here in Slough. So what is Arts Award? As I say, it's just an introduction for you. There's lots and lots of information about this, as you would expect, on the website. It's run by Trinity College London, and it's a set of qualifications for children and young people. It's national qualifications, and it's a really great opportunity for children and young people to express their creativity, to learn new skills, to connect with arts and cultural professionals. It's offered at 5 levels. 4 are accredited, and 1 is an introductory award, and I'll go through a little bit more detail about that in a minute. But it's a really good opportunity and a framework for children and young people to really showcase what they know about arts, culture and heritage, and also learn a little bit more from an advisor, and I'll share with you as well what that means. It can be completed in any sort of setting, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how it's been done in Slough Libraries, but it can be done within youth settings, within schools, within museums, within theatres, all sorts of different arts, cultural and heritage buildings, as well as anywhere where you might find children and young people. And equally, it can be done across any art form and also within museum and library settings as well. So it's a really good opportunity for children and young people to shine, as well as learn a little bit more across all sorts of different art forms. There aren't any entry requirements. There's no sort of time limit for how long it takes to complete the award, although there are some suggested guided and independent learning hours. And again, I'll touch on that in a moment as well. So there's some sort of terminology just to become a little bit more familiar with. The Arts Award Advisor is hopefully a person like you. That's the person who supports young people on their Arts Award journey. They are somebody who is a mentor, a facilitator of opportunities, and also the primary assessor of the Arts Award. And you do need to train to become an Arts Award Advisor, and that's bookable, and I think at the moment is being delivered online as well. An Arts Award Centre is the home, really, of where Arts Award is delivered. And as I say, this can be a variety of different settings and needs to be registered with Trinity College London. And then because it's a qualification, there is a moderation process. Arts Award advisors are the primary assessors of Arts Award, but then in most cases the Arts Award is independently moderated by an independent moderator, and it normally takes up to about 10 weeks from sort of requesting a moderation to certification and completion. And then there's also what's called Arts Award Supporter, which is an opportunity for you if you don't feel like you want to fully go into Arts Award at the moment in terms of delivery with children and young people. You can offer through a searchable map the sorts of things that children and young people might need on their Arts Award journey. So as I say, Arts Award is delivered at 5 different levels, from Discover through to Gold, and Discover is the only one that isn't accredited and doesn't require that external moderation. But as you can see and from this slide, and there's lots of examples online as well which are really useful and interesting to look at, they all involve young people taking part, finding out, having opportunities to talk and connect with artists, and then at the higher levels really to show some real independent learning and some leadership in arts, culture and heritage. In terms of the sort of qualification details, because it is a national qualification, there are some recommended guided learning hours and independent learning hours. And there's some information here about the sort of the Arts Award sort of qualification details in terms of how the level is on the RQF. And also, just a really important thing to note is that Arts Award Gold level has 16 UCAS points as a UCAS tariff, so it can be really useful for students at that sort of age and stage of their learning. So I'll just give you a bit of a again, whistle-stop overview of how I've been using Arts Award in local settings. So I live and I'm based, I do a lot of work in Slough, and in Slough we don't particularly have any cultural infrastructure, so there aren't very many, well, there are none actually, galleries, museums, theatres. What has happened in Slough is everything is under the roof of the Curve, which is effectively the central library. And Slough libraries have been fantastically supportive of children and young people wanting to take part in Arts Award, and it's been a really good base for me and others to deliver Arts Award. So we've started with Discover. That's the entry level. That's the Arts Award that's not accredited, and I've done what's called Discover in a Day at Slough Libraries. That's a really good place for you to start as an advisor, and for perhaps your home, your arts and cultural or learning organisation to start with Arts Award. And as I say, it's Discover in a Day is what I've been doing with Slough Libraries, and they have a chance to think about the sort of things that happen within their town, what happens in terms of arts, cultural and heritage in Slough. So there's sort of a format and a framework across all of the Arts Award levels, and this Discover journey is part of the Discover process. Because it was done with Slough Libraries, we've done lots of work with things like, there's a picture here of Dickens' Christmas Carol, and there's some phrases and sayings that come from books and stories. So it's really good to sort of give the context of where you're working from. What's great about having the central library is because it's got lots of open spaces, it's got lots of sort of pop-up gallery spaces here, so we're able to introduce children and young people to working artists. This is an example where they were finding out from an artist called Malia what she was doing with her exhibition, which was around globalization and washing. It's also an opportunity for children and young people to reflect on their learning as well. And at each of the levels, there's an opportunity for reflection and sharing about what you learned, where are you going, and what might be the next thing that you do, what might be the next steps. Been working very closely with a cultural education partnership in Slough as well, and they are taking on as part and parcel of what they are doing, what the heart of what they're doing is the delivery of Arts Award. And we, in this instance, we worked with Home Slough, who are Creative People and Places Arts Council funded place, to create a mural which was representative of their hometown. That was part of Explore. So this is sort of taking us on to another level of Arts Award, which is a little bit more involved, has a few more learning hours to it, and a few more opportunities for children and young people to get engaged. In this case, again, at the Central Library, children and young people and their families were involved in the National Get Creative Festival. So doing lots and lots of different activities across the week of the Get Creative Festival that all led to their Arts Award Discover and their Arts Award Explore. Moving on to bronze level Arts Award, we held a outdoor festival called Spark with Slough Borough Council and with Central Library, and also with Britwell Youth Theatre. So this gave people a fantastic opportunity to work with carnival specialists, emergency exit arts, to work on their Arts Award bronze. So a really good real life opportunity for children and young people to do their bronze award. And the bronze award is 4 parts, a lot more involved than Discover and Explore, but again gives children and young people the opportunity to develop their creativity, leadership and their communication skills. Curve Creates has been a really successful programme that's been run across all of the libraries in Slough, and it gives children and young people that opportunity to come on a weekly basis and build up their portfolio for bronze and silver arts award in this context. And probably a good time to say that the portfolio is how young people are assessed. So young people gather information about what they've been doing for their arts award into a portfolio, and that can take many forms. It can be an online portfolio, it can be a physical portfolio, it can be a recorded portfolio, but what matters is that they've created it themselves and they're charting the journey and charting against the assessment criteria how they've met what they need to for the completion of their arts award. So Curve Creates was a little bit of bronze and a little bit of silver arts award. Slough Libraries also used Arts Award at bronze and silver levels to incentivise and say thank you to young volunteers that have been part of the Summer Reading Challenge. And so the staff there delivered those levels, bronze and silver, alongside the Summer Reading Challenge. And young people, as you can see here, were able to do their sharing and take part in the arts actually at the Central Library. Gold Arts Award is fantastic, and it is a real opportunity for young people to shine and become emerging artists, become artists that are practicing in their own right. And by the age that Arts Award Gold is normally done, sort of 16, 17, 18, young people have normally found the art form that they want to share and the art form that they want to get better in. In this case, I was working with a group of young people called Extra Art, who were a visual arts collective of young people in Slough, and they put on, as part of their Gold Arts Award, an exhibition in Hoxton and London, and also shown here at the gallery at the Curve Central Library in Slough. And they took on roles in relation to finance, in relation to marketing, in relation to the logistics of the exhibition, as well as producing their own whole range of visual artwork to display at the gallery and the exhibitions. So another opportunity here has been the Vinyl Challenge, which has been done in partnership with Slough Cultural Education Partnership, and this was to create work that was put onto shop fronts and shops in Slough. And then finally, again with the Slough Cultural Education Partnership, we've been working with a young woman, Leah, who is doing her Gold Arts Award. She's a young photographer, and she used the opportunity of the Curve Gallery and the centenary of women's right to vote to create 100 Women exhibition and sort of celebrate the women that live in Slough. So that's everything from me. As I say, very much a whistle-stop tour through, but probably the best and the most important thing to leave you with is just to understand that Arts Award is really flexible, not just for children and young people, but for yourselves. I've given lots of examples about how it's worked with me and with Slough Libraries, but really you don't have to recreate or reinvent what is happening. Probably the activities that you're already doing with children and young people will be able to fit into the Arts Award framework. So it does make it a really adaptable qualification and experience for yourselves and for children and young people. There's lots and lots more information on the Arts Award and the Artswork website, but I hope that that's been useful for you as a presentation for today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. Thanks ever so much.